season 6, you were away. Did Brad call you about Abyss? How did Abyss get started?
Yeah, Brad. He had said before I left that there were going to be stories to tell in season 6 with Daniel involved.
Was it too soon? Did any part of you think I just left? What, or was
No,
it?
no,
Or was the
not
material?
really. It's funny because you miss it pretty quickly.
Oh,
Is the best way to put it.
okay.
I didn't think of it in terms of too soon because I really liked the script.
Okay.
Like it's a really good. Like Brad's script was really good.
What was his pitch to you? Just I'm going to send you this, or was it Jackson Hell and Daniel's there to be with him?
He sent me the copy because I was being petulant. I was being a bit of a brat at that particular time, and I said I'd like to see the script first. And so he sent me the script, and and then as soon as I read it, I was like, I'm not being a dick about it. I said, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Love to do it. Blah blah blah. And what was great about it was that I think all the stories that Daniel was involved in the season 6 were all really great stories.
Yeah.
And so I think that had been part of my issue with the character.
Give us something to do. In season 5, we just finished rewatching it. It's like, where is he? Oh, he's over there.
Wallpaper in season 4 and 5.
Yeah.
That I think both Teal'c and Daniel Jackson were like just kind of there.
Yeah.
And
in some, yeah.
And it got to be a little bit, like, and so coming back and being a sort of linchpin for the story, for the character to be a linchpin in the story was great. And especially that one, because it was poignant and beautiful. And
it's Rick's finest hour.
Yeah. And also about with it let you understand what was going on. Like, because we didn't know what the fuck Ascension was, right? Like it was just some amorphous idea. And so you got a little sense of what was going on. And it was like a political, and it was all this other stuff, so that you knew that Daniel was in a place where he was still attempting to do good. And then you got this great O'Neill story where he is being tortured and murdered again and again, and he has to do that thing where you start to question whether or not you want your soul, whether or not you want to continue. And it was Brad's great at that. What I always say about him, is the sign of a really good writer, a really wonderful writer, is to take two characters, lock them in a broom closet, and entertain the audience.
He's a playwright at his core.
That's essentially what he did, because we didn't deviate from the script. Like, I'm sure like a little bit we did, but in most of that was all scripted dialogue, and at the same time too, I missed Rick, and I think Rick missed me a little bit. We had enough time to sort of appreciate each other, like a little time to sort of I missed that guy. Yeah. Damn it. And
there's such, it's fireworks when you're on screen together. I just threw my shoe at you.
Yeah. And the best thing too, Martin Wood directing it, because he's he gets it. To have somebody who absolutely understands what we do, what Rick and I do, and sort of give us a little bit of leeway to take it over here and over there, and to understand the poignancy of what's going on too, to give it that weight. Yeah, it was great. It was great.
It's great television, and it gets down to we're not talking about life and death. We're talking about your soul. We're talking about you. This is it. This is hell, and the whole set design with the gravity and everything else. Everyone was just firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, it was great.
So cool.
Great.
And you came back later for Christopher's script with the Changeling.
Yeah.
Did Christopher send you this script? Was he the first to let you know, hey, I want you back? It's a very similar situation. He's teetering on between life and death.
Yeah, he had had said in the early going that he was being given an opportunity to pitch and write and whatnot, and that the first thing he wanted to do was to find a way to bring my character back, because he enjoyed Abyss as well, and he was like, "Oh, I wanted to be part of it," kind of thing. And so it was his version of that, and he had given me a rough idea of what it was going to involve, but I didn't know until I read the finished draft of like the layers that were involved in that. That's quite a Jacob's Ladder head trip,
right?
For sure.
Before we get into it a little bit more, I asked Christopher, I said, so what was your idea for this? You know, the depths of despair, you know, what was the original nugget for the sharing the Gould back and forth, and it's a kidney? And he said, dude, the first beat was, I wanted to ride in a fire truck. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was the starting place.
The depth of Christopher Judge is revealed, I guess. Yes.
But what, I mean, a tearjerker, you know, I've been with you. I haven't left your side. You know, he's a guardian angel again in this episode. You know, but just
even that image, that shot that Martin did of Braytak and Teal'c lying in the water with a swath of bodies all around them, trading the symbiote and whatever. What a great shot! What a great story. I mean, it was doesn't happen that often where you can layer those realities in that forever and a day kind of way. You layer those realities, and as opposed to being confused, it gives depth to the overall story. Mm-hmm. And a great way for Daniel to come back again in this, you know, which reality. I swear to God, there was that show that Jason Isaacs did called Between or something like that, where I swear.
Awake. I loved Awake.
Awake, yeah.
What a great season of a show. Where is he? Yeah.
Talking to a therapist. I know this story from somewhere. I'm not sure where, right? But a great storytelling tool, and a great way because it keeps the audience off balance.
That's right.
You know, and especially the way Martin did the transitions, just like open a door and all of a sudden you're, you know, back in the world, or you're back you're in the gate room. You know, you're sitting on the park bench, and O'Neill comes over and puts his hand on his shoulder, and there's
the transitions are amazing.
Yeah, it's great. No, the Martin did a phenomenal job, and yeah, I was just happy to be part of it, and the way the character was utilized in that way, both poignant and fun. You know, gets to play this kind of like quirky, forgetful, you know, scientist, psychologist, so that the audience is wondering, what the hell's he doing? You know, Teal'c doesn't recognize, like, just, yeah, it was fun. It was multi-layered.
Daniel's in there, but he's not, you know, he's kind of like, there's a part of that that's like, is that really Daniel, or is that Teal'c's like displaced memory? There was layers. You can rewatch that episode a million ways. My favorite scene in that whole thing is the scene with Apophis. He's like, you know, when all the chips are down, a deep part of you knows that I'll be waiting for you in the afterlife. Because that gets me. Yeah. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, chilling, right?
Yeah, chilling. Absolutely. Yeah, like there's a piece of Teal'c that still thinks that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel, or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.